Hey everybody, so I thought I would see if you might like to play makeup with me today. I'm gonna be putting on my makeup. So I'm actually not wearing this right now, but I wanted to tell you about a little beauty secret. If you ever like to self tan, it's a little expensive to do it on an everyday or every single week basis, but say you have a special occasion you want to get ready for. Maybe you're having a family get together. Maybe you're having a get together with a friend that you haven't hung out with in a while. Maybe you're going out to dinner. Maybe you're having a event for work or a vacation or any kind of fun thing that you just want to look a little extra nice, a little extra special, and you decide to do some self tan. For me personally, I have some kind of KP or maybe even body acne or something. I don't have it in the normal place of like chest and back and all that. I have it on my arms and on my legs. Like you can see a little, this is mostly from gardening actually, scratches from when I was gardening. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but I do have like little bits of scars all over my arms because it's been going on for years. So basically, I don't like to use a heavy self-tanning lotion that is going to clog up my pores. If you're the same way, because maybe you're prone to acne or skin conditions and stuff like that, here's your solution. The M61 Power Glow Peel. Comes with 10. Now for me personally, to tan my body, it takes 2 towels, okay? And this is 60 bucks. So yes, it is a bit pricey. But this is basically the same thing as a tan towel, except for it has chemical exfoliators in it, glycolic acid, salicylic acid, vitamin K, and then bilberry and chamomile for calming effects on the skin so that it doesn't cause redness or irritation. This gradual tan body towelette provides deep exfoliation, resurfaces, clarifies, and helps to firm the skin, so also anti-aging, while building a streak-free, natural-looking gradual tan and overall radiant glow. Glycolic and salicylic acid remove dead skin cells and improve the skin's tone, texture, and clarity. So I feel like this is the thing for me because it's not going to clog up your pores. It's going to help chemical exfoliate your skin gently to help you prevent breakouts and stuff like that. And also do a little bit of anti-aging, which I need because I'm now in my 40s. So what you do is use this. And then for the face, you get the Dr. Dennis Gross, which is exactly the same product. A self-tanning towelette with chemical exfoliants in it, but this is the one that's specifically for the face, and this is for the body. Now, the reason why you want to get 2 different brands is because Dr. Dennis Gross quit making the ones for your body that are the gradual tan. They only make the ones for the face now. I don't know why they discontinued. I wish they didn't discontinue because I would buy this brand because it's cheaper than the M61, okay? So get the face from Dr. Dennis Gross because it's way cheaper, and get the body from M61 and just splurge the money because they don't make the body ones from the Dennis Gross. And these face ones are too little to use all over your body. You'd have to use 1,000 of them. So yeah, get that anti-aging, get those skin benefits, those exfoliation, breakout preventing, along with your tan so that you're looking good and getting the benefits. Like I said, I don't have it on today, but next time I use it, I'll do like a little short clip of a before and after so I can show you. It does look really nice, actually. So that would be the base, okay? If you could just try and imagine it for this video. Let's go ahead and get into it. The very first thing I always like to do is just wash all around my eye and eyebrow area so that I have a nice clean canvas with no oiliness to draw on my eyebrows. And the eyebrow we're going to do is Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the lightest blonde that they have. I love the twist up, so you never have to sharpen. It's very easy to use. I'm horrible at eyebrows, and this is the only pencil that I have ever in my life loved. I feel like this eyebrow is easier to see the shape and the arch than this one. Do you ever have like, I can only move that eyebrow, so maybe that's why I can always see that one better, because the muscle gets used more. But I just try to start at the arch and just start filling it in. And then after I finish this, I'm going to move over to my other eyebrow and try to get it to match as much as I can. Okay, that's close enough for somebody that's not good at eyebrows at all. The next thing we're going to do is prime. So we have Peter Thomas Roth Skin to Die For. This is my all-time favorite primer. Again, if you've seen my previous video, Benefit has some nice primers as well. Smashbox has nice primers. But this is just my all-time favorite one, and I wanted to use, you know, my all-time most highly recommended stuff for this video so that you can get the absolute best. Because we're doing our makeup today just like as if we were using our very best shit to get feeling our prettiest, to go out and have an awesome time somewhere. Okay, so I just kind of put this all over. Like, I don't care about the bottom of my cheeks really, but I like to put it in the under eye and top of the cheek area, because like right around here can get a little shine. Plus like those under eye bags, just like blur that out as much as possible. Make sure it nicks any chin shine, any T-zone shine. Maybe blur those wrinkles just a little bit, girl. Okay. And then the next thing we're gonna go to is eyeshadow. So first we need to do primer, and I just have Milani eyeshadow primer. I think it's only like $6 or something, $5, something like that. And it works just as good, in my opinion, as the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. That's the other one that I have, and I like that one too, but like I said, this one's just way cheaper and it works just as good, so why spend money if you can save it for the exact same shit, you know? So just go to prime, and then we'll do our eyeshadow. So for blue eyeshadows, I don't know what is still out and what's not out anymore, so I'm sorry if you can't get these, but you can get an idea of what colors to look for anyway, to find something comparable, because like I just haven't bought any new blue eyeshadows in a while, because blue eyeshadow, it just lasts for a long time, and I'm not going to throw it out and just buy all new blue eyeshadow of the same thing, you know what I'm saying? So the first one I have here is what I've been using the most of lately. It is NYX Pigments, and it's in the shade Pig. I don't know how that's the color of a pig, but that's what it says. And it's a very, very vibrant blue. So if you're looking for your own blue to use out of like just makeup you already have or something, you either want to use a really vibrant medium blue like this, matte only. It has to be matte. Or the other option you can do is a matte periwinkle, okay? So another example of a blue would be the ColourPop Mar palette in the shade Detour. That might be a little bit dark, but I think it would be okay. Detour. So that's one option if you have this palette lying around. And then the last option I was going to show you is out of the BH Cosmetics Blueberry Muffin palette. And it is a periwinkle instead of a very vibrant blue. We're going to look at the periwinkle instead. So there's the shade Cheat Day and also the shade Delish. Either one of those blues on this row here. Cheat Day and Delish would be awesome for this look. But I'm just going to use my NYX pigment because that's what I've been just feeling lately. And then my brush is just an old Coastal Cosmetics. I wish Coastal Cosmetics was still making brushes because this is the best eyebrow brush. I mean, not eyebrow, eyeshadow. If you can see, it's kind of wide and kind of semi-flat. It just covers really good. So we already are primed. Just gonna get some shadow and we're just gonna go all over the lid and just do a super blue just like Christina Ricci or something. What is that, like Buffalo 66 or something like that? Is just go all over. So if you're using a pressed pigment, like something pressed, like one of these, you probably won't have this problem. But if you're using a loose pigment like I did, you might have a little fallout. If you have a little fallout, just grab yourself a makeup wipe and clean it up. And then, you know, if you need to, you can always dab on a little more primer. If some of it wiped off with the, might have wiped off with the wipe, okay? And the next step is foundation. So foundation with this look is totally optional. If you don't feel like doing foundation, still do the primer because it just makes your skin look a little bit better than what it did before without even having to put on any makeup. So you might as well just do it. But, you know, you can skip the foundation if you feel that you're someone who needs a foundation in order to be confident for the day. You can use IT Cosmetics CC Nude Glow SPF 40 in the shade Light. And then just get your Real Techniques version of a beauty blender. You know, you throw this out every month. I replace it every month with a fresh one. And, you know, I wash it, of course, in between. But if you're just going to throw it out every month anyway, why spend a ton of money on it, you know? I'm just going to dabble on a tiny bit. I think the Real Techniques ones are like $6 and the Beauty Blenders is like $20 or something, you know? It's the same thing. Or you can even get, you know, even cheaper ones off of Amazon or something. Amazon cheap version. Those work fine too. I've used some of those. So just dab on some foundation if you want to. It's optional. Then the next step here is going to be our eyeliner. And we're just going to use a pencil. Just a regular old black pencil eyeliner. So if you have one laying around the house, just grab that. This one is by Jante Bleu. But that's just the one I happen to pick up. If you have a different black, that's fine. Black is black. And we're going to go lower lash line only to about this point, about where the tear duct is. There. I always like to look like the evil twin version of myself, and a little black eyeliner is a good way to accomplish that. So this next step is if you chose to do some foundation. If you didn't do any foundation, you can skip this. But the next step is to do a little bit of translucent powder to set the foundation so it doesn't move throughout the day. Any old translucent powder will do, really. I'm just going to use my Airspun that I've had for ages. And my trusty Urban Decay brush. And I'm just going to do a tiny dab on the forehead. A dab for, try to dab it on lightly here at my nose and then spread that out to the tops of my cheeks a little bit. And then a little for the chin and spread that around a bit. Like I said, if you didn't do the foundation, skip this part. You don't need it. The primer did its job, and now you're good to go on the skin. But if you did foundation, I like to do this just to help it stay in place. Okay, so that is our translucent powder. Next, so this is going to be optional as well. Especially if you did the tanning step that I skipped, you might not even want to feel like doing this. But I'm just going to grab a little bronzer, just a light colored bronzer. It's in shade 01 Silky Matte. Sunlight, shade Sunlight, Milani bronzer. It's cheap, it's matte, it works well. And I'm just going to kind of outline my face in that. Again, this part is optional. Skip it if you're in a rush. I have some products also some lip products that I haven't tried out, and I thought we could try them out today. While we do this little getting ready. Okay, so the next step is going to be mascara. If you know my method, you know my method. I always like to do 3 different layers of mascara, 1 layer of each, going from my least favorite of them to my most favorite of them, so I can get the best of all 3 worlds, girl. So I'm just going to do CoverGirl Lash Blast for my first layer. Then for my second layer, I have the It Cosmetics Superhero. And for my third layer, I have Tarte Man Eater. And just like the Beauty Blender, I tend to throw these out once a month as well, and then switch to new ones. I don't really have like certain mascaras that are my holy grail. I'm still looking for my favorite holy grail mascara. So for now, I just buy all different ones, and you know, when these ones get thrown out, I'll have whole new ones to try out. All right, and the next step here is cheek gel. So we're going to use the Pixie Sheer Cheek Gel in the shade Flushed. You can get this from Target. And this is one of my all-time favorite Holy Grail products. Must have, absolute must have. And I don't remember what the brand was because I was just a little girl. But we used to have a gel blush that was just like this, exact same color and everything, back in the early 90s when I was a little kid. And I really liked it then. And then to discover this, I just went gaga, girl. I went gaga. There's 3 different shades of this, but this is the color. Universal, Buildable, Sheer. This is the Clinique Black Honey Almost Lipstick, cult classic lipstick for your cheeks. Okay. Little tip in case you didn't know, that is an absolute must-have. And then next is lips. So my classic favorites that you guys have seen before is Benetint. Either in the classic Benetint or the Floratint. The Floratint is actually, I'm shocked to say it, but the Flora tint is my favorite, even more than the Benetint, okay? Because of the texture, mostly. The Flora tint goes on with just a little bit more, it covers the area a little bit more thick, even though it dries down into a stain, whereas the Benetint is just really thin, and you have to kind of keep layering it and layering it. Either one of these is amazing, and I absolutely love them. These are my go-tos for what I would be using. Something that I got recently in my FabFitFun fall box was this Dominique. This was an add-on, Dominique brand. And it is a Pillow Soft Hydrating Stain for lip and cheek in the shade Berry Soft. This is kind of like, actually one thing you can do with this is you can put on Benetint, and then because it is kind of thin and a little too watery, layer this on top of it, and then you have a fabulous, amazing look. So this is really good. I'll show you a swatch of it. That's the Dominique. That watercolor right next to it is the Benetint. And then I'll show you the Flora. See how the Flora tint just has a bit of a smoother texture, even though it does dry down into a stain. The Dominique stays a bit glossy. It doesn't dry down like the Benetint does, okay? So the Dominique, if you were going to use it on your cheeks, you'd have to really rub that in. It might make you a little bit shiny, but I really like it for lips a lot. So those are your stains that I would say are definite go-tos. But I also have some new products for lip that I want to try out. If you want to try these out with me and see how the colors go on. My hair is such a mess right now. I have 4 shades of Summer Fridays. So I thought we could swatch these and see how they do. So the first one is, the bottle is frosted, so you can't 100% see what it looks like, but what I would call like a dusty rose, the closest thing, it's Dream Lip Oil in the shade Blush Dreams. Is that what it says? Blush Dreams? Let me try to put this on my other hand now. And I'm sorry for all the red marks all over my hands. It's because I was gardening with spiky bromeliads yesterday, and so I got a bit scratched up because I wasn't wearing gloves. So this is Blush Dreams. That is like a dusty rose to me. Then we have like a true petal pink. And this one is called Pink Cloud. So let's give that a go. And these are very much lip gloss texture. So Pink Cloud is quite clear with just a little bit of a hint of pink. Then we have this one is like a mauve, and it's called Soft Mauve, okay? That's quite a nice color, and it's emphasizing that I have hair on my hand. My apologies. And then last but not least, we have this one, which is Rosewood Nights. That sounds quite nice. Rosewood Nights. So let's go across the top here with that. So those are our lippies for Summer Fridays. Which one is your favorite? I have to say it's really hard for me to tell until I'm wearing them on my face, because I really like all 4 of those. And that's probably why I bought 4, because I probably couldn't decide between which shades I wanted to get, right? Then the last 2 products I wanted to try out are from RMS Beauty. The first one is this, which I think is a lip and cheek, like multi-use, but it's in a very vibrant color that I probably wouldn't use on my cheeks. This is the shade Beloved. And here's what it looks like. It's super vibrant, so pretty. I'm hoping that this goes on as a sheer wash of color. Very buildable, you know? That's what I was hoping for when I bought it. So let's try that out on the hand, and then I'll decide what I want to wear on my face. It does seem quite sheer and buildable, which is exactly what I was hoping for and what I wanted. And then the RMS lipstick in the shade Ruby Moon. And I'm hoping the same with this, is that it's very sheer and buildable, but we'll find out. This is much more like a true lipstick. Goes on more thicker and more saturated. So they're very similar in color, but one just has a ton more saturation to it. I really like them both, though I do think that the sheer is probably going to be my favorite and my go-to, because that will make it just even that much more just wearable with any kind of look, you know? And with that, I think that I've chosen the Beloved as the one I want to wear for my day today. So let's give that a go. And my hair looks like crap. I need to fix my hair. But hopefully you can just imagine if I looked halfway decent and then see where I was going with this, right? And if you wanted to stay tuned, I do have an unboxing video I'm going to be doing today. Yeah, I really like that lip. That's a nice color. All right, that's all I have for you right now. Hope you've enjoyed. I forgot one very important thing, which is, I showed this on my last video, but I just got to show you again, because if you haven't tried this out, this is the one you ought to try. You should also get one from Caudalie. I forget what the Caudalie one is called, but this is the Amorovisca Queen of Hungary. It's just super fine mist to top it all off. It smells amazing. It's hard to describe. It's very, very light, but it's like a super light mist, just barely there, of something rich. I don't know. It's lovely. It's one of my favorite products, even though you wouldn't even know if I have it on or not, because it's just a mist, but it's really, really pleasant to use. Thank you so much for joining me.